Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to episode 8 of the Baseball Journeyman at the Silicon Storks, and today we are going to have our end of season awards and we're going to play through the off season till we get to spring training for next season. That's going to include all sorts of wonderful things here. We'll have the playoffs, we'll find out who wins when we come back from the end of season awards, we'll have our draft as well, we'll find out for sure what's happening with contracts, we'll try and build a team ready to go. We don't need to be that much better next year, because we did just fall the game short of the wild card, about 9 games outside of the winning the actual division, but I think that'll sort of even itself out a little bit for next season, perhaps. But before any of that, I do have to say a big thank you to a new Patreon supporter of mine, Vincent Mascarello. I apologise if I've mispronounced that, mate, but I think I've got close anyway. But yeah, massive thank you. If they are interested, I know it's not the best of times right now financially for not most people, but for a lot of people. If you do enjoy my content and it is something you'd like to do, there is a link down in my description to the Patreon. Otherwise, yep, just keep watching those ads for me, and it's greatly appreciated. All right. Let's get off to these end of season awards, and when we come back, we'll see who the Dutch 2020 champions are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the 2020 Silicon Storks end of season awards. Oh, thank you everybody, thank you. Oh wow, what a crowd, thank you everybody, thank you. Well, what a season that has been at the Silicon Storks. A decent first up effort. We were ultimately at the end of the season a single run, or actually 2 runs, because we had to win the game, away from extending our season into a wild card playoff. But, you know, those are the breaks. It was a good season. I think we would have taken 500 at the start of the year, which is what we've achieved. And I think the people to thank for that are the players. And the only way to begin the evening is with a good old-fashioned round of applause. Well done, boys. You've had a good year. Well done. Alright, the first award this evening is for pitching. It's most wins by a pitcher. And this year, I mean, we had 2 absolute stars, didn't we? And they actually both finished joint on 7 wins. But with less games started, the gong goes to Max Povse. Alright, the next award is the highest batting average, and batting was something that we perhaps struggled with a little bit this year, but there was one man that stood out above the rest. And with a batting average a smidgen under 300, he was so close on the final day. Batting average ending up at 297. Well done, Quinlan de Windt. The next award is the Golden Bullseye, awarded to the man that pitchers hate, the man hit by most pitchers. And this season, a very impressive tally. 11 times hit, and it's only a short season. I don't know what he's doing, but well done, Nick Urbanus. The next award is the Golden Anchor, awarded to the man who drags the team down, the man who has hit into the most double plays. And this year, to be honest, we didn't do too badly on the old double play front, but one man stood out above the rest. 5 double plays hit into. The winner is Jurriaan Dijk. The next award is the Golden Boot, awarded to the pitcher who has issued the most walks. And this year, an impressive tally, I've got to say, 41 walks, that's quite wayward. But the winner is, and he's had a very good season otherwise, Jose Almonte. The next award is the Golden Glasses, awarded to the man who struggles to see the ball at times, the batter with the most strikeouts. And this year there was definitely one man that just stood out head and shoulders above the rest. He can hit a grand slam, but boy oh boy can he strike out as well. With 50 strikeouts this season, Baez. The next award is the Golden K, awarded to the pitcher who has struck out the most batters. And this man, it was a sensational season. He set a new club record. He set a new league record. He was just sensational. He was one short of 150, 149 strikeouts. Jose Almonte. The next award is the Golden Broom, awarded to the man who sweeps clean the bases, the man with the most RBIs. And this season, again, there was one man that just stood out above the rest with 29 RBIs. The winner is Baez. And the next award is for the lowest ERA. And this season there was 2 guys, wasn't there, that led the way for us. But one beating the other by a smidgen with an ERA of 2.38. The winner is Max Probst. The next award is for the most home runs hit, and this season I'm going to say home runs were very, very rare. But a grand old total is 3 was enough to win the trophy this year. That's going to have to be improved upon next year, guys. But with 3 home runs, the winner is Rick Kuipers. And now it's time for my personal favourite award, my chance to get one back on the worst player of the year with the awarding of the horse's ass. And this season there was a standout candidate. There's no way around that. With an ERA of 36, a whip of 6.5, Mark Hazelbrook, you are the horse's ass. Alright, the next award is for the best pitcher. Time to acknowledge the best man of the mound. And as ever, there is a formula we use to determine this award. That, along with the rest of the winners, or all of the winners, I should say, is down in the video description. But in third place, with a score of 2.81, it's Christopher Koyman. In second place, with an impressive score of 40.15, it's Jose Almonte. And the winner of Best Pitcher with a score of 41.6, it's Max Probst. Alright, and now for the batters. Again, there is a formula we use to determine this, and again, that is down in the description. But in third place with a score of 8.34, it's Rick Kuipers. In second place with a score of 9.39, and oh how we missed him with his injury, it's Johnny Bladell. But the winner of Storks Best Batter with a score of 12.42 is Nick Urbanus. And now it is time to award this season's MVP with the awarding of the Golden All-Star. And there was 2 players, wasn't there? We all know who they are. And it came down to those 2. But I just felt one guy was our go-to man. He started more games than anybody else. He was an absolute star 90% of the time. The Golden All-Star is Jose Almonte. So there we go. That brings us to the end of our evening. Congratulations to Jose and the rest of the winners. Thank you to everybody in the auditorium, and thank you for you watching at home. Next season's going to be a big season of Storks baseball, so I look forward to seeing everybody back for opening day next year. We'll strengthen, we'll go again, and we'll see if we can take down this Dutch league next season. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your evening. So there we go, end of season awards done. Let me know what you think. Jose Almonte, was he our best player this year? It was between him and Povse, and I just thought Almonte was our go-to man. He was our number 1 pitcher. His numbers may not quite be as good as Povse, and Povse did, of course, have the perfect game, but I just feel over the course of a season, Almonte was our man. But you can see here, the postseason has wrapped up while we were doing the end-of-season awards. It's the Caracue Neptunes that win. It's going to be slightly annoying if you're an Amsterdam fan, because they absolutely walked the regular season, but the Neptuners have come up in the playoffs and nicked it from them. So there we go. That is that. Now we have end of season stuff happening right here. We have a quick look here at the owner goals. If you've used the comments below, I don't think the fans will be happy with the team's performance this year. I feel like that's a lie. They expect more from our guys, just like I expect more from you. I mean, we were literally 500, which is what he asked for. Upgraded position. From my vantage point, you didn't see an upgrade at catcher. That's fair. We didn't really upgrade at catcher. Acquire a player. I don't know. I know I don't always give easy goals, but I expect some effort for the ones I give. I find that I can't find anyone who comes close to what I asked for, a top player. I mean, we did sign Nick Urbanus, who looked quite good, and Almonte and Povse. And Alvarez, who's played in Major League Baseball. I feel like that's a lie as well. Long term, I gave you a goal in 2020 of making the playoffs in a few seasons, so the deadline's not up for that yet. So that's fine. I am good with your performance, and looks like we're going to keep our job. And next year we want to achieve a winning record, so we just need just one more game. Upgrade at catcher, I think that's something we can probably look to do. Acquire a top player, define a top player. Increase our attendances to 1,100 per game and keep building the team up to make the playoffs. New budget, what do we have to spend here? We have a team payroll of 1.2 million. That can't be right. I just decided that you will have 580,000 available for team expenses. I've set aside 1,500 for the scouting budget. Given your current spending on other costs, this should allow you a team payroll of 1.2 million. That doesn't add up. But anyway, we'll take it. We'll see if we can get there. Some players retiring. I don't think we didn't use either of these guys, so that's sort of not neither here nor there. A 40-year-old. Silicon Storks. Okay, so the scouting director has left. That was basically, I thought maybe we could do a little bit better than that. And the hitting coach just left. That was more because he didn't want to sign the new contract rather than us not wanting to extend him, though I wasn't too bothered either way. We did keep Barry Larkin in the end. I kind of decided that I thought we got to the point where we were getting the best out of him kind of thing. The end of the season, we finished strongly. The World Baseball Classic, it's every 4 years. There was one in 2020, so there's not going to be another one for 2024, sort of March 2024. So we will take an international job, but we'll wait for the World Baseball Classic to come around again before we do that. So that's all of that stuff. What else have we got here? End of season top prospects list published. Do we have anybody on that? We do. We have Hernandez. Okay, didn't even know we had Hernandez. Okay, is that our upgraded catcher, perhaps? Tune in to find out next season, I suppose. That's all of that. Off-season begins. It's official. The Twins have fired their guy, which is fair enough. They were stone motherless last. And there we go. I'll give you a quick update of the personals we stand. So Barry Larkin, as I said, I thought he did okay in the end. We sort of found out the best way to work with him, and as I said, I think he did okay. We are keeping our pitching coach, who's done a decent job, and actually wanted less money for this year, so that's good. And we've kept our trainer and our assistant GM as well, who's just kind of there to do whatever I forget to do, basically. So that's all fine. So we need to find ourselves a bench coach, a hitting coach, a scouting director, and sooner or later we're going to find out if these contracts are auto-renewing or not. We still have players for now, so hopefully that's a good sign. Alright, we have some Honkbal Hoofdklasse. What's it? Hoofdklasse? No, it is there. Hoofdklasse awards. Now, for the league awards. Now, we start with the Golden Gloves, and we have two winners. Dijk, our catcher, has won the Golden Glove for catching, and Nick Urbanus at second base has picked up the gong as well. Urbanus, who we're trying to get to extend his contract, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. He wants like 30-odd grand a year, which sounds reasonable, I suppose. But the problem we have is if we go to front office, the money for extensions is pretty much that. So we've got a lot of money to spend on free agents. I really wish we could kind of move some of that into extensions, but what we might have to do is if players leave and then hope that they will then sign back for us. Anyway, that's not a problem right now. We're doing the awards. The next award is the reliever of the year, maybe Barry Vandrell. So, no Barry Vandrell. The gong went to John Sims of the LND Amsterdam Pirates. He looks quite decent, doesn't he? We might just add him onto the shortlist there. So that's the reliever of the year. Next up, it's the Platinum Sticks. So perhaps unsurprisingly, given that we did struggle at times with the bat, we don't have any winners. You can see them all there. Rodney Dahl for the catcher. First base was Chris DeVito. Second base was, I thought maybe Urbanus, but maybe not quite, was Ruben. Dwayne Kemp batting .382 was the golden bat, platinum stick, whatever it is, for third base. Shortstop was Gario. Left field was Sams. Center field was Enrique. We had was that Radmacher, who we played, of course, yesterday in the last game of the season. He is in right field, and the designated hitter is Bas de Jong. Next award is Newcomer of the Year. Well, I'll tell you what, we had about 5 or 6 newcomers in our squad, didn't we? First up, a little bit of breaking news. We have a new scouting director, Mulay Muljan. I'm going to say we probably downgraded, but it was worth the risk, I think. So there we go. We've got him 2 year, 20 grand a year. But the best newcomer of the year is Radmacher, and that's probably fair enough, though we didn't have any. I wonder if there has to be Dutch players, perhaps. It's DeVito. No, he's American. Maybe it's not pitchers. Surely, otherwise, either Povse or Almonte would have to be in the top few there. Anyway, next award, it is Manager of the Year. Don't hold your breath, Barry Larkin. Urbanus wins, but not that one. I wonder if it's his dad. It must be, surely. Anyway, so he is the Manager of the Year. 65, yeah, that just about adds up. So I'm going to assume there's not 2 Urbanuses or Urbani in Dutch baseball. So there we go. Well done to Nick's dad. And next award is the Outstanding Pitching Award. Is it Almonte or is it Povse? Shockingly, it's neither. Povse only got a single vote, or not even a vote, like a point. The winner is Sims. He, of course, won. What did he win earlier? He won something we saw, didn't he? Reliever of the Year. So somehow he's managed to win Reliever and Pitcher of the Year, even though he's a starting pitcher. How did he win Reliever? No, he was closing. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, not our problem. John Sims has cleaned up the pitching awards. Next up, it is MVP. I'm going to say none of our boys. So the MVP is Dwayne Kemp of the Caracal Neptuners. That's just about fair enough. His batting average 382. That is just a ridiculous number. So there we go. Did I add him to shortlist? He is on our shortlist. So there we go. That is Dwayne Kemp. That is the MVP. The only player we had profs with his 1 point. And that's probably for the perfect game, let's be honest. You may notice here we do have a new hitting coach, everybody welcome Donny Sadler to the club. He's unknown, he does not specialise in a particular area. He seems to have a pretty good influence on young players. We do have a lot of young players. Right now, anything could happen afterwards. And I'm hoping he's supposedly going to have a good influence on the squad. The squad that we have now, of course. When free agency files, we could have a very, very different looking squad. The next major event is the free agents filing. I'm going to keep trying to sign players, but as I said, unfortunately for us, the way that our budget has been set up here, we don't really have money for extensions because we've signed the staff. They're gonna have to basically let everybody go and see who we can get back. So there we go. Free agency has been filed, and we still have our team. Now, I actually am recording this before the last episode came out. So if you guys were telling me that in the comments, I apologize. I had to get ahead. So I couldn't wait. I wanted to do this. So this puts us suddenly in a really, really amazing position to build to strengthen for next season. We still have, we have money for extensions now, but we also have money for free agency. We can actually spend a little bit of cash on some free agents here. Now, obviously, catcher is one position that looks as though we want to upgrade on. I'm really excited for these extensions. We're actually going to sign some players to extensions, I think. We have a 3-year contract at the Storks. My initial plan, if we go with how is our screen here, my initial plan is to maybe we'll do the 3 years at Storks as a journey, and we do want to kind of move on, and we'll kind of see where we go after the 3 years. So I think if we sign players to a 2 or 3 year, we want to try and leave the Storks in a good place when we leave, but we might try and tie down the likes of Povse and Almonte and these young, really good foreign players. We might try and tie them down. Now, we have a quick look at the free agency list. Where is it here? Here we go here. Now, there's a lot of older players here, but look at this power and whatnot. Okay, so we want to go to is it transactions and then free agents, I think? Free agents, here we go here. All right, 2.8 million. That's a little bit too much for us. What do we want? A catcher, a German catcher. 110. It's a lot. Oh, Jesus, look at this. Okay, so that Bruce Maxwell is very, very tempting. We're going to have a think about who our foreign players are. Are there any Dutch free agents? That should probably be the first thing that we look at, isn't it? If we go nationality, and then no, it's going to be Netherlands probably, isn't it? So I'd be better off going the other way. Venezuela, US. It's going to be a lot of US, I would imagine. Lots of US. There we go. So we do have a couple of Dutch. A first baser left and a catcher. Let's have a look at the catcher. No, he's no better than what we currently have. A 38-year-old that's not really one for the future, is it? I don't think we want to be doing that. And a first baseman, no, he looks pretty rubbish as well. So leave this with me. We're going to have a look at foreign player limits. We have Bladel, we have Baez, we have Profs, Almonte, and Alvarez. So we have our 5 right now. So it's going to have to be someone special, really, isn't it, to come in. Anyway, this is exciting. Let's build for the next season. We have breaking news out of the Silicon Storks as the club announced the signing of 34-year-old outfielder Kurt Smith on a 2-year deal. For more on this story, we cross live to Dutch reporter Clarence Vandenberg. And Clarence, yes. What can you tell us?
Yes, Kurt Smith joins the Storks, having spent his career in the United States, most recently at the Lincoln Shootdogs. Back to you.
So there we go, we have signed a brand new left fielder, Kurt Smith. He's more of a first baseman, to be honest, but we'll see where he feels in the field. But crucially, not a foreign player. He's Curacauan and second nationality of Dutch. He's been playing in the independent leagues over there in the US. Batting average of 288, 315 and 322 the last 3 years. Now, yes, you could say they're getting gradually worse. But I think we're probably about, well, we're certainly not a step up, are we, from that level. OSA ratings and head scout having roughly the same. We're paying him $24,000 for the year, which is nice. It auto renews next year. I give up on understanding these contracts. It's a 2-year deal. There it is right there. He's 34 years old, only just. So there we go. That is our new left fielder. He should be a good man with the bat. Let's hope so. Alright, we have another signing, and this is an absolutely massive one, if you ask me. It is Roger Bernardina. Yeah, we'll go with that. He's 36, which isn't ideal, but he's an absolute star. 30 grand a year we're paying him. Look at this. Contact and gap power and home run power. He's not going to strike out needlessly. He can play anywhere in the outfield. This will definitely be it for Baez. He will almost certainly be leaving now that'll free up a foreign slot. And then we can kind of see where we want to go from there. But yeah, really, really happy with this. He's been playing over there in, is that Korea, perhaps? Let's have a look. He has been playing most recently in Japan, it looks like, at the Fukuoka SoftBank. But he got released by them, and I tell you what, he's a real steal for us. Again, not a foreign player as well. That's as I said, key. Okay, we have completed a trade with the Curacao Neptuners, of course, the defending champions. We have lost Big Kev, which is a little bit... He never quite lived up to his attributes, to be honest. He was a good defensive player, but as I never really lived up to it for us last year. Batted 141, which needless to say is not good enough. We gave up a few players in this one, though. We also lost Pretend Baseballer Sherman Gario. Yeah, not much there. And his friend, Eduardo Guerrera. So we've lost those 3 guys, and in return, we've got ourselves a brand new catcher in Jaro Martina. He's decent enough defensively, but obviously a massive upgrade with the bat than what either Dijk or Vandenberg were. Last season, he batted 284 in, of course, the championship-winning team. We can see that there. He won the championship last year. So 32 years old, just on the minimum wage. He wants to be in the starting lineup unless something happens in the transfer market or the free agency, I should say. It's not football, is it? He will most likely will be starting. And he can play in the outfield as well, which is nice. A little bit of depth there as well.
It's been a big day at the Silicon Storks with some big moves both in and out of that ball club. For more on this story, we cross live to Dutch reporter Clarence Vandenberg. And Clarence, out goes Jeffrey Baez, but some big names coming in. Yes, Baez leaves Storks in a trade with DSS Kinheim, which sees young pitcher Harold Winkler joining Storks. Storks have also signed first baseman Francesco Carabello from free agency.
Alright, it has been a busy day, but we say goodbye to Jeffrey Baez. His final act as a Stork was hitting a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th with 2 out. It's the way to go out, that's the way to do it, isn't it? But he does leave us. We'll face him again against Kinheim. No doubt he'll come back and haunt us because that tends to be the way things work. There was 2 players in this trade. And the other player we gave up was Baseball Wannabe, unfortunately, for Brian van der Vist. So we gave up those 2, and in return, we have got 19-year-old, I'm going to say pitching sensation, Howard Winkler. $20,000 a year we're paying him. He's on an alternate. He's the 7th ranked prospect. He could start, I'm thinking, first season, we might start him in the bullpen and just see how he goes. You can see the potential. Maybe not our head scout's blind, though. But the USA, I mean, yes, their scouting is low, but you can see that potentially he could be a really, really good player. So like I say, we'll start him in the bullpen, I think, because Quinlan did okay for us starting last season, and we'll kind of see how he goes from there. But I'm really, really excited with that. And the reason that we let Baez go was because we signed Francesco Carabello, a really, really good first baseman. Defensively, very, very solid indeed. Look at those batting attributes. If he can be anything like that for us, it's going to be happy times at the Storks, isn't it? 37 years old. I think it's a 2-year deal, but if he doesn't work out, we can opt out of the second year. you never really know with someone, was it just 37? But yeah, so I'm hoping that we're going to get some home runs out of this guy. He's got really good contact power and get power and home run power. And it's not going to swing needlessly. He hit, what did he hit last season? Not only 9 home runs playing Double-A, and he was at somewhere else before that. He's been around a little bit, it looks like, last year. But anyway, he should have a good batting average and some home runs to go. He's got cleanup written all over him. I'm really, really excited, and good defensive as well. Okay, it is first year player draft time, but before we get to this, there is one trade to catch you up on very quickly. It's nothing too major. Dijwari Appelman, we saw him fleetingly a few times last year. He was a decent utility fielder to have, but he never really did it with the bat. Batted 77.077 last year, so we're not going to miss his hitting. And in return for him, we've got Waylon Richardson. Now, he's only on a minor league contract, so we've saved ourselves a little bit of money right now. But to be honest, he's not the best pitcher going around, that's for sure. Certainly defensively, but he holds the runners, and he's not too bad. He's better than most of the guys we have in the bullpen right now. So I'm thinking he's American though. I just realized that. I've traded for a foreign player. Well, anyway, we have. This look on my face as I realize that I haven't got a Dutch player here. Anyway, he's good. We'll probably never see him because we're going to be at our foreign player limit. But there we go. What an idiot. What an idiot. All right, let's go and have a look at this first player draft. The options we have available to us here are not great, if we're honest with ourselves, are they? We will go until it's our pick. And let's see what the scouting director says. Yano Boogers. I mean, you've got to love the name. If for no other reason he's got to be our number 1 pick, it's the name, isn't it? I've got to say, I can't say no to Yano Boogers. I love that name. So there we go. Welcome to the Storks. Let's go to the next round. Scouting director recommendation. He says Tio Bode. Oh dear, a shortstop. I mean, this is roughly the standard. Let's be honest. I did have a quick look at everybody beforehand, and they're all everybody's roughly the same. That's the guy we're scouting anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say we'll give it one more just for this because it's the first year player draft, but I'm going to say we might just call it after this one. Ivan Williams say, yeah, we'll be back with some more signings. Okay, we have another signing to announce, and I'm excited about this one. We've got relatively big by our standards to try and hopefully maybe win a title this year with the team we have shaping up. I thought we needed to just improve the pitching a little bit, and we've gone and done that. We've gone and got off of free agency Sharon Martes. Now, he was, if you look at last season, he led the league in wins with 8. His ERA over the course of the season was 1.83. His whip was just a smidgen over 1. His ERA plus was 2.11. His WAR was 2.3. We've signed, at this level, a very, very elite pitcher. He's played for Netherlands in the World Baseball Classic, though not the most recent one, just the one in 2017. But he is Dutch. We're paying him $52,000 just for 1 year. It's just 1 year, just as I said, to see if we can do it this year. But look at our starting pitching rotation. This guy, Povse, and Jose Almonte, we're going to be serious, serious players this season. Okay, we have another new signing, and this, I think, is just about us done. Ryan Jackson, a shortstop, a 32-year-old American, $55,000 we're paying him. I think it's a 2-year deal, is it? Oh, no, 1 year, but it looks like it's going to auto-renew. So he's here for a little while, but what I like about this guy, he's not the best with the bat. He's certainly better than Brandel, but he's a really, really good defensive player. And we, as I said at several points last season, between Brandel at shortstop and Windt at third base, I think between them they had like 20 errors last season. It's only a short season. It was horrible. So I'm really hoping this guy will tighten that up for us. He's not going to lead off the batting. He's not going to hit home runs, but we don't need him to. We don't need him to. We've got other guys to do that. He just needs to be a solid bat for us and then play shortstop very, very well. He's a leader as well. And of course, this now means we're over our foreign player limit. My plan is to take it out of pitching. I think we might try either get rid or just put Alvarez back into the reserves with Martez as the in the starting rotation, it means, of course, that Koeman, where is he here, can come into the bullpen. And we saw last year we didn't use that many bullpen pitchers anyway, so he can come into the bullpen and strengthen that for us. We've already got Howard Winkler coming into the bullpen as well, so I think we could just about get away. I mean, Alvarez wasn't brilliant last year, but he was getting better the more he played. I think we can just about get away with it, leave Barry Van Drill to close things out for us. If we can get in some good Dutch relief pitching, we might look to do that. But otherwise, like I say, I think we're done here. Okay, we have done a trade, and this is a little bit of a weird one, so bear with me on this one. Turns out the draft was useful for something because we've traded Theo Bode away instantly. He's never going to make it with us, so we've got rid of him. And in return for him, we got Jarrett Martin, and I'm thinking, brilliant, what an addition to the bullpen this is. Then I realize he's American and he's no good because it's not going to help us with our foreign player limits, moron. So then we traded away him, and in return we got Sherman Marlin. He was last year at the grossing Kong, whatever that word is, the Twins. He batted .276 last year. He's a terrible fielder, to be honest, but he can bat. I'm thinking designated hitter perhaps, more squad depth. We're looking really, really strong for next season. We might even look to use him maybe. I'm just basically trying to get players in now that we can trade away to get the bullpen that I think we need. Because I think we've got the bats to be fine. But for now, Sherman Marlin's a Stork. And we'll keep looking to strengthen this bullpen. Hopefully with non-American. Hopefully with non-Dutchman. Hopefully with Dutchman.
Look, Philip, I don't want to lose you, but yeah, look, mate, I know you batted over 280 last year, and it was very impressive, but you also set a league record for most errors, and I've got to strengthen the bullpen, mate. Look, I'm sorry you feel that way, Philip, but it's done. What's done is done. I'm going to pretend that was Dutch for yes, boss.
Okay, we have done one more trade. Well, two more trades, actually. I can't help myself, but one more major one. And we have said goodbye to Philip Brandel. He's 23. He's a young player. He was quite good for us last year with the bat. Unfortunately, we can see there, batted .281. He was good with the bat. There's no way around that. He did set a league record for errors by a shortstop, though. We just seen we got in another shortstop. He's going to be a backup, and to be honest, that's not good enough for, a single position player. So we've sent him off to Quick Emmersfoot, and we have got in return one of the best pitchers in Dutch baseball last season, Timo van Ankem. Look at the records he set last year. 98 strikeouts in 69.2 innings worth of work. He was the league high strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. Did not give up a home run. He walked a few as well. But his WAR was 1.5. ERA plus was 100. His ERA was 388, which isn't great. But he gets strikeouts, and I think, he's going to be a brilliant player in the bullpen. Basically, this means a Dutch player now. Alvarez can go out. We've got our 5 foreign players, and we're essentially good to go. Now, we did make one other trade. So we let Chris Lennenkamp go. I think we must have just drafted him, because I don't remember the name. He's certainly not good enough to make it with us. And in return, we've signed Arthur Lugtmeyer. I hope I pronounced that correctly. The main reason that we've signed him was because he messaged me on Instagram and I said we'd try and bring him in. So welcome, Arthur. Angelo, I can't find you in the game, mate. I hope that's how you spell your name. If it is up there, I can't find you. So apologies for that, mate. But I'm sure you'd be probably better off as a closer where you are. But yeah, there we go. So Arthur has joined us as the catcher. He will be backup catcher, and we'll try and take him everywhere we go from here. But yeah, welcome to the club. Welcome to the Storks, Arthur. Alright, so we have reached the start of spring training. That brings us to the end of our episode. I think we've done quite well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. We are a much, much better hitting team than we were last year. And believe it or not, we've managed to strengthen the pitching as well. We have a quick look here at Meet the Team. Look at those ratings. Much, much better. Centre field is maybe the weakness still. Though, to be honest, Van Arnholt won't be playing there. It'll be Bagel that's playing there, Dayton Bagel. But yeah, look at that. We've got the best first baseman, best second baseman. Third base is maybe still a weakness. Best shortstop, best left field, and the best starting pitcher in Profs. Plus, we have Almonte and Martes, who we've signed as well. I wouldn't look too much into our prospects. Not much, not much coming through there. But yeah, I mean, the owner is relatively happy. We still have over $500,000 to spend if we want to, but I don't think we need to at this point, to be honest. Money for extensions, that's possibly going to be the difficult thing, but we'll wait and see how that goes. We did end up getting in a bench coach, Matt LaCroix. We're not paying him much, only for a year, just see how he goes, just so we had a bench coach. Hopefully that'll help us in whatever a bench coach does. And I can't remember if I told you about the hitting coach. Yeah, I did tell you about the hitting coach, didn't I? We can see overall league career records there for the Storks. So not Van Dijk, that's the footballer. Dijk is the most games played. Windt is most hits, and he will still be in the starting lineup this year. Home runs is 5. Hopefully we'll get past that this season. Wins and strikeouts are both Almonte, and he'll hopefully add many, many more to those this coming season. And if we look at team chemistry, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We've got a captain in our new catcher, Martina. We've got leaders in Jackson Dijk, who will probably drop out, to be honest, and Barry Van Drill as well. So we're in a good spot. We're in a really, really good spot. If you have enjoyed this episode, please do hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. I'll probably try and put out an opening day preview ahead of next Saturday, where we will get the season underway and review spring training as well. But until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.